I originally was not going to make a breakdown on the new sub EZAs because, I'm like, okay, they look pretty solid, but I see people calling them bad. So, that's what we're doing here. We are making a video on this. By the way, if you want to follow me on Twitter, here's my stuff right here. I got it. This is it. This is what I look like. I got Toto, my goat, in the background. But okay, so let's get right into it. We got Super Baby, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then of course the giant forms for both the Baby and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And I'll talk about those two specifically at the end about something special. So if you want to see that, yeah, watch to the end, I guess. And then also these units should be dropping in like 2 days. I mean, I guess theoretically they could drop tonight after the data download, but I would say like no later than 20, like 8, 30 hours from now, no later than that. So within the next 30 hours, they should be dropped, I would say is pretty reasonable. Yeah, we'll go like 10 p.m., maybe even 12, so maybe 32 hours should be pretty reasonable. So let's get into it. These guys are pretty good. Just keep that in mind when we're going here. They don't look that impressive, honestly. The first time I read through it, they didn't look that impressive, but once I saw the calcs and stuff, they looked a lot better to me. Also, this guy is getting Vegeta medals, so one thing to look at is right here. You can see which medals are like being used to super or just regular EZA. These aren't super EZAs, so regular sub EZAs. So his leader skill. Actually, I'll talk about this now. He's actually banned in a lot of stages. Like if you go into red zones, if you go into, let's see, maybe even the new special battles. I can check real quick. He's actually banned him and the GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku because they're nuke leads. Why this is a thing, I don't know, but hopefully they'll take away the bans because honestly, who cares if the people nuke lead? They're not good anyways. They literally only give you attack you're going to perish because their defense is abysmal since you're not getting defense on leader skill. But anyways, attack and defense 150%. You get when HP is 30% or more, which is going to be all the time. You get 2 key 100% attack and defense, medium chance of turning in the grade 8, which is a 30% chance. One negative about these guys is you can't control that, but when they do go grade 8, I'm not sure if they're 1 or 2 turns, but honestly, if they're 1 turns and you get lucky and they're like, they super you, then it's useful. But other than that, it would be nice if they're 2 turns. I actually don't know. So, when attacking with 12 or more key, 150% attack. When there's another Inhuman D, Karate Body of Mind, GT Boss, ally in the same turn, there's just one, you just need another. You launch an additional super attack and you get 20% crit and damage reduction and dodge. You get crit, damage reduction, and dodge 20% when there's one other Inhuman Deed, Karate Body of Mind, or a GT category ally in the same turn. The only team you're running him on is Omega, and it has all of those. When there is a Pure Saiyan, Hybrid Saiyan, GT Hero enemy, he launches an additional super and has another 20% crit damage reduction and chance to dodge 20%. And then for every attack performed, he gets 30% attack and defense up to 150. So this guy you're only going to use this guy on Omega's team, and if you're going against a Pure Saiyan, Hybrid Saiyan, or GT Hero. So he's good against. The only special battle you don't want to use him in is the Rose Zamasu one. Every other one, he's going to be good in those. That's not true. He's not good in Omegas either. He'll be good in Special Battle 2 and Special Battle 3. And by good, we're using good loosely. Those two are Pure Saiyans, because it's the Goku and Vegeta, the blues. And then the other one is a GT Hero because it's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So he's decent in those. He will have 60% damage reduction because Omega's team gives extra 20% because of the 2 Omegas, who you're more than likely going to have on rotation, so you're constantly going to have just the extra 20% damage reduction. So this guy's going to have 40% damage reduction, or 60% damage reduction, 40% crit, 40% dodge chance, 3 supers, probably 4 supers, depending on your hippo, so maybe like a 50% chance to do the third one because you're probably going to have a decent build on him where he's going to be getting the additional procs. So he's going to have 3 supers with the additional proc, which is giving you a 50% chance to do the last one. So he'll be pretty solid. Again, 60% damage reduction, 40% dodge chance, 40% crit. He's going to be solid with the Great Ape. That's just going to be whatever. He has Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, Saiyan Roar, GT, Hatred of Saiyans, Big Bad Bowser's Fierce Battle. Also, that link, I don't think anybody has that link except for babies. And he doesn't link with the other super. Wait, no, he does. He does, right? Because yeah, he's Super Baby 2 Giant Ape, so he would link with the other baby. 50% attack and defense raise, and lowers attack, which is nice. And then when you go into his Great Ape, he gets Rainbow Orb changing, 30% chance to crit, and then 170 per key sphere obtained. He could actually do some decent damage if you get a lot of orbs. Does he have Rainbow Orb changing here? He does not. Okay. You go into Pan. Again, she's awakened by the Super Saiyan 4 Goku medals. She's a regular leader, so she's not banned. She's 150% attack and defense, medium chance to dodge with 30%. All allies get 2 key. 150% attack and defense when attacking. When HP is 50% or more, you get 50% attack and defense. 30% attack and defense for all allies. When HP is 30% or more, you get another attack and defense plus 50%, and another all allies get 30% attack and defense. So most of the time, you're going to be above 50%. Let's just be honest. She's giving 2 key and 60% attack and defense for all allies, which is really good. When there's another GT hero or youth in the same turn, then you only need one. You get 100% attack and defense, and chance to dodge and damage reduction 20% when attacking. And then when all allies are GT hero or youth, you get another 100% attack and defense, chance to dodge and damage reduction 20% when attacking. So she's getting 40% damage reduction, 40% dodge chance. All allies get 60% attack and defense, 2 key. She's going to be looking solid. I don't think she's going to be near the other Pan. So if you have STR Pan, you're going to want to run STR Pan over her. But she does have a good kit for this. Now, unfortunately, since she's not a GT boss, she's not getting extra 20% dodge damage reduction. I can't talk today, but it's okay. She's not getting an extra 20% damage reduction, so she's only getting the 40%. But now she has a defense link all on the family: Saiyan lineage, Battlefield Diva, GT, Innocence, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle. You're really only running here on GT heroes, so she'll be good there. Again, a lot of good support. 40% damage reduction, 40% dodge chance. Give her a full dodge build, she'll be even better. She 50% attack and defense raises, and then raises allies attack by 5% for 2 turns, which is nice. She doesn't have any additionals built in, so if she does additional, 50% defensive raise for the units in the next turn, because you're probably running her in slot 3 every time she shows up, so it'll really just be support for next turn. But again, if she double supers, does 50% attack, which is going to be really nice. But again, if you have the other Pan, run the other Pan over here, because that one gives a lot of defense. This one gives more attack. Now, Trunksu is also a Vegeta sub EZA. So you need the Vegeta medals, the Super Saiyan 4 AGL Vegeta medals for him. Normal leader skill for sub EZAs. He gets 150% attack and defense. Rainbow Orb changes. All allies get 30% attack. 150% attack and defense with 12 or more key when attacking. When there's another GT hero or hybrid Saiyan ally, you get 150% attack and defense, 30% crit and damage reduction, and then all allies get 30% defense. So he's so far in all allies 30% attack and defense, and then when all allies are GT heroes or hybrid Saiyans, which is going to be the case when you use this guy, you get another 150% attack and defense, another 30% crit chance and damage reduction, and then another all allies 30% attack and defense. So he's going to be another 60% attack and defense support with 60% damage reduction, 60% chance to crit. He's looking very good. Another full dodge character, but he's a support, so he's gonna be looking good. I'm sure defensively he's gonna be fine. Again, I looked at the calcs. These guys have higher defense than you imagine, unless you know what their calcs are. They have good defense, okay? It's not gonna be going crazy surviving a fully built up Rose. He's not gonna be living like a fully built up Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the special battles, but he is going to be good defensively for a lot of the content. Again, special battles cook everybody. Super Saiyan 4, the best unit in the game, Gogeta, gets cooked in those fully built up situations when he doesn't dodge his super. Those Rose AoEs fully built up are pretty nasty. Like, those guys get cooked. So these guys are going to get cooked in the same situations, obviously. But depending on how further content is, past content, he's going to be good pretty much anywhere else other than special battles. And he could even survive in special battles. It's fine. And he also gets 50% attack and defense by super attacking. Massively lowering defense doesn't do anything, so that's useless. Now, the Grade 8 Goku, which is the same situation as a baby, is banned in a lot of places. So hopefully he gets unbanned. Hopefully he's not still continued to be locked. He does share the same name as the LR, I'm pretty sure. Like, I can just double check, like, really fast. I'm pretty sure he shares the same name. Does he have Golden Grade 8? Yeah, he does. He has the same name as him, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter too much. Let's get rid of that one. And again, Super Saiyan 4 Goku medals. So I hope they have a mission because I'm not doing all of these. If that's the case. If there's no mission, I'm not sitting there and grinding all of these out. Because that would be awful. So he gets 200% attack and defense. All allies get 33% attack and defense plus additional 1 key. And 33% attack for characters who are also GT Hero, Giant 8 Power. You're running him with GT Heroes most of the time, or Giant 8 Power anyways. 30% chance to turn into a Great Ape. When attacking, he's 200% attack and defense. When there's another GT Hero or Giant 8 Power category ally, you get 150% attack. Chance of performing crit and chance of evading 50%. And then when all allies are in the same turn, are GT Heroes or Giant 8 Power, you launch an additional super and you guard. So he has 50% chance to crit, 50% chance to dodge. He is a 66% attack, 33% defense support. And then he launches an additional super and has guard. So he's very solid. He could use some damage reduction. I'm kind of actually wondering where that is. Because he doesn't really have enough dodge chance. Now, keep in mind, if you're running him with the AGL one that I just showed, he's going to be getting more defense. He's going to be getting damage reduction. So he's going to be solid. So these guys are not bad options, man. I'm trying to say they're not bad options. If you are lacking in characters, they're here, okay? If you're lacking GT Heroes, these guys are here. They can perform where they need to perform. And yeah, they can. So just keep that in mind. They don't look impressive. And again, I didn't think they looked impressive with the first read through, but again, looking at the calcs, they are better than they look. Just keep that in mind. And then he gets a 50% defense raise and then raises attack for 3 turns. Pretty sure that's 30%. And then when he goes Great Ape, he's physical to STR, Rainbow Orb changes, 50% chance to crit, and 100% attack per key sphere obtained. Which, again, this guy's banned, so I don't know where we're using him. So, yeah, that is the one thing. And he is banned in Special Battle, I checked. Him and Baby are both banned in Special Battle. You can't even use them in the newest content, which is very strange. Now, the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he would link with the AGL LR from 10th anniversary. Also, Super Saiyan 4 sub EZA. All types lead, so he's not banned. 150% attack and defense. When there's a per GT category ally, you get an additional, which has a 50% chance to become a super. 200%, basically 200% when attacking, and then 70% defense when receiving an attack, because you're going to be running this guy with GT Heroes, like no matter what. You can run him on Giant 8 Power, he'll have GT Heroes on the team. You run him on GT Heroes, obviously there's going to be GT Heroes on the team. So he's going to get two additionals, each with a 50% chance to super, and then 200% attack when attacking, 140% defense when receiving an attack. When all allies are GT Heroes, you get 100% attack, 50% crit, 50% damage reduction, and then when HP is 50% or less, or a GT boss, you get a crit and guard. So Honestly, if this was a better condition, he would be insane with guard, 50% damage reduction, crit. He would be very good. And additionals, he would be very good. Now, if you run him again, if you run him like in Omega, he should go crazy against Omega. He also would get 60% damage reduction with Super Saiyan 4 up, with like a whole bunch of defense support. Like that team has a ton of defense support. So he would be getting extra defense support. His super attack, he hits 30% attack and defense for 3 turns. Again, that's going to be really nice with this. So, yeah, these guys are better than you think. Also, I'm waiting on the LR Shadow Dragons. Yeah, the LR Shadow Dragons from Battlefield. I'm waiting for them to EZA. You want to know who I'm talking about? We go to GT Bosses. These guys. I'm waiting for these details. I need them to be good because they're going to, as you can see, 6 links with Omega, 6 links, same Omega, 5 with the STR one, 5 with Sin. Like, this is going to be a very impactful unit if they make him right, but he's already looking good because he's supporting GT bosses. So we'll see. By the way, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, drop a sub, and with that, I am out. These guys are better than you think.